don't know if it's just me, but don't y'all think it's crazy how this movie alone is better than all of the live action Transformer films? Look, man, I'm just saying, I know peak fiction when I see it. And boy, us animation fans are eating good. So Transformers 1 is a brand new animated project within the Transformers IP. The film is directed by Josh Cooley and it stars Chris Hemsworth, Brian Tyree Henry, Scarlett Johansson, and Keegan-Michael Key. So the movie is about the untold origin story of Optimus Prime and Megatron, better known as sworn enemies, but once were friends bonded like brothers who changed the fate of Cybertron forever. And with this being the origin of the characters, I'm gonna say this real quick, without spoiling anything, Megatron did nothing wrong. And that is the first thing that I really want to talk about in this movie. Megatron. My God, I love this character so much. Out of all of the great things this movie has going on for itself, Megatron is one of the top 2 best things in this entire movie. This movie does an incredible job at showing you the world of Cybertron from the eyes of Megatron. Seeing it from Megatron's perspective is a whole nother ball game. Before Megatron became Megatron, he was just your average everyday miner who was under the impression that Sentinel Prime is a god amongst gods. But as the movie goes on, you see how he goes from your average everyday robot who just wants to do his job and get through the day to this diabolical evil force to be reckoned with. But here is the thing, you can't get mad at him for his actions because you understand where he is coming from. And I just love when a movie or a TV show can bring in an antagonist and make you show empathy for that antagonist. I treat Megatron in this movie the same way I treat Arthur Fleck. I'm not only able to show empathy towards the characters, but a part of me is also rooting for these characters to not go down that dark and sinister path. But at the same time, you know it's bound to happen because it's their character. And you feel sorry for the characters, but you can't get mad at the actions that they take. In the words of Kevin Gates,
I can't co-sign that, big brother, but I ain't mad at you for what you do.
But Brian Tyree Henry gives it his all in this movie. When it came to the serious and emotional aspects and even the humorous aspects, Brian Tyree Henry delivers 1000%. Dude is such a stellar actor and he deserves all the love in the world. And now let's talk about our main protagonist, Optimus Prime. If you know Optimus Prime, you know the guy shows kindness, courage, and heroism. He is the kind of leader that can lead an entire fleet into victory and then give the most motivational speech you've ever heard after brutally massacring a bunch of robots. But all of the great aspects of Optimus Prime are right here in this movie. But hear me out. Before Optimus becomes Optimus, he is this rebellious and humorous figure that doesn't really take things seriously, but at the same time, he has a lot of heart. So he starts off as a goofy character and then becomes the Optimus Prime that you all know and love. And I thought Chris Hemsworth did a great job with voicing the character. But I treat Chris Hemsworth as Optimus Prime the same way I treat Chris Pratt as Mario. You are good, but you will never be better than the OG. But I still do love Chris Hemsworth. In fact, all of the voice acting in the movie was great. Keegan-Michael Key as Bumblebee was great. I like Scarlett Johansson as Alita 1. John Hamm as Sentinel Prime. Lawrence Fishburne as Alpha Trion. They all delivered. But can I say one thing, and this may be a bit of a hot take, but the casting of Steve Buscemi as Starscream is top tier casting. But all around, great voice acting from everyone, especially Brian Tyree Henry. And the story in this movie was pretty crazy, not gonna lie. I found the story to be engaging and intriguing, and they managed to keep me hooked in all the way through. I'm not gonna spoil the story, but just know it's pretty crazy. But you know what really complements the story and the characters? The animation. The animation in this movie is breathtaking and cosmic. The attention to detail with the animation is astonishing. The world of Cybertron and Ion City felt so vibrant and alive. And just like the Spider-Verse films, the world of Cybertron feels like a comic book come to life. Vibrant colors, immersive world building, and overall, the world of Cybertron is beautiful to gaze your eyes upon. Hey, let's keep this style of animation going because this is just breathtaking. And the humor was actually good. Now, I didn't laugh at every single joke, but at least the comedy is tolerable. Some people may find the humor in this movie to be a little bit corny, but I feel like for a movie like this, it actually kind of works. There is a running gag with Bumblebee that I actually did find pretty funny, I'm not gonna lie. Remember when I said Megatron was one of the top 2 biggest highlights of this entire movie? Well, the number 1 biggest highlight in this entire movie is the third act because Jesus, Mary, and Joseph. So much stuff happens in the final act to the point in which it does feel a little overwhelming, but at the same time, I loved every single second of it, and they didn't drop the ball with it either. Sure, it may have been a little overstimulating for some folks, but you are lying if you say you didn't clap at least once during that third act, or at the very least cheered. The action set pieces in the third act is god tier. It was immersive, it was engaging, and it was perfectly executed. But it's not just the action pieces that stand out in the third act. It is the emotional aspects and the big reveals. The payoff in the final act made up for the slowness of the first act. The first act does move kind of slow, but I don't think it's going to ruin the movie for anyone. It didn't ruin it for me. But is there anything else that I really did not like in this movie? Nope, that's all I've got. I am putting this film up there with the Spider-Verse films. So, plugging Transformers 1 into the rank system, I am placing this one into the pinnacle zone. But yeah, y'all, that is pretty much my review for Transformers 1. Let me know down in the comment section below what you guys thought about the film. Did you love it? Did you hate it? What is your favorite Transformers film of all time? Whatever you thought, let me know down in the comment section below. And as always, guys, leave a like and subscribe if you want to see more, and I will see you all in the next one.